Welcome to you all. Happy Easter. I'm just going to let Yeshua incorporate, and then Colette will pick it up, either with Yeshua or with Mary or Anna or whoever is coming through her. Yeshua is going to start with somewhat of a guided meditation. My blessings and love to you all. I am Yeshua. Happy Easter to you. What does Easter mean to you? We have the crucifixion and the resurrection. What are they? From my perspective, they're what I call initiations. That is, doorways into a new stage of consciousness. Rather than talking about it, I want to take you on a short guided meditation. And then I'll either move my consciousness to Colette or Mary or Anna may come in. We'll see. Some of you were just at Emerald Isle at the beach. Please come with me to the beach. Let us find ourselves on a beautiful sunny shore. The sand smooth, glittering in the sunlight, and going gently down into the water. That water is very calm today, just small waves, ripples, really. Take my hand and walk with me into the water. Hold my hands. I'm walking backwards. You are facing the sea. Gradually, the water is up to our waist. Then up to our chest, neck. And then you are below the surface, just an inch or two. Hold my hands, and I promise you, you can breathe. Fear may come. Just hold my hands and trust. Of course, there's oxygen in the water. Your lungs continue to breathe. I am helping you to filter out the water. Relax and feel yourself breathing. Feel the power you have. Feet grounded on the ocean floor. Little waves rippling over your head. And around you, some schools of magnificently colored fish. Yellow ones, orange ones, blue ones, striped and spotted ones. So beautiful. Feel yourself relaxing and breathing. We are light. It is what I am. It is what you are. Light. I came to this earth in incarnation as Yeshua to help ground light into the earth. And you have come for the same reason. But you must trust yourself as a light if you are to be a carrier of that light and ground it into the earth. To do it more fully, the ego self must diminish a bit. Or shall I say, the identification with the ego self, so that you start to know the true self, the light and love that you are. So, a part of the crucifixion initiation is the release of that self identification with the physical, emotional, and mental bodies, and coming to know the true self as light and love. Are you relaxed now? You're still breathing. Yes, the water is 6 inches over your head. The pretty fish are swimming around you. You are still holding my hands. We are going to go deeper. There's a steep drop off that descends miles down into the darkness, a deep cavern in the sea. You will continue to hold my hands. I will not let go of you. But if you are not comfortable to do that, simply back yourself off and go and sit on the shore. And there will be another opportunity at another time. If you wish to come with me, that's fine. But it is not better than backing up onto the shore and just holding love around this whole movement. Please know that I will not let harm come to you. I am with you. Let's pause a moment while you make your choice. Anyone who wishes to go back to the shore, there is no shame in that. Holding my hands again, then. We'll come up to the edge and step off, going down and down, sinking through a twilight and into darkness. And yet there is some light. Where is it coming from? It comes from you and me. We are light. It's not the light of the sun. It is our inner light, the radiance of the divine, of source. Around you, you see unbelievable forms, big and unusual creatures swimming. They do not menace us. But some of them have 20-foot spans, flying over us, swimming over us. Multiple tentacles, huge jaws. I have you. I am with you. Let yourself be here in the semi-darkness and remember why you have come to earth. Remember your intention. My hands are with you, but I must rest Barbara's arms for a moment. Say it with me in your own words. I have come to bring light to the earth, to ground light into the earth, through the true light that I am. I have come to move through the darkness and remember the light, and to hold that light and help the earth remember that it also is a light, and all creatures of the earth. Now let us just hold together here in this deep, sometimes menacing feeling place, holding light and remembering our intention. A few minutes, let us do this together. If fear or contraction comes, just open your eyes and take my hand. Know I am with you. This is our resurrection, remembering through the turmoil of human experience to return to light, and that light is our essence. Love is our essence, and nothing can take that from us. No cruelty, no betrayal, no pain, no loss. Nothing can take your essence from you. I give thanks. Always I give thanks, but especially on Easter, when I, Yeshua, was given the opportunity to move through belief in self as the physical, mental, and emotional self, and move into the fullness of my being, and bring that energy to earth. You don't have to hang on a physical cross. But of course, each of you has multiple crucifixion initiations in your lives. The place where you can go further into the darkness or awaken and remember you are love. We are love. Maybe a few minutes of silence here, and then we'll come back up out of the sea. If we had 2 hours, I would just keep us here for half an hour. But you can practice yourself. I will be with you if you practice. Know I am there, even if you don't see me on a Zoom screen. So let us come back, holding hands and raising up to the sea, to the sky, floating up to the surface. Up we go. And then our face in the fresh air, and the current carrying us into shore. Put your feet down and stand up. And walk out onto the beach. I am Yeshua, and I leave this body. Colette to pick up with whoever will speak. Whether I will continue or Mary and Anna and I are talking about, I'll speak. They're funny. I love you, and I'll be back. Thank you, Yeshua.
Thank you, Yeshua. Mary will speak. My dear friends, I am Mary. Thank you, my beloved one, for that beautiful initiation. Crucifixion, death, resurrection, it's all part of each other. There really is no distinction. I wish to change this to gallery view. I love to see your faces. And as Yeshua mentioned, each human in their lifetime goes through many points of initiation. Initiation is moving from one stage of beingness to another, or you may think of it as one stage of awareness or wisdom or insight, or moving into more fuller aspects of your beingness. You may define it as you will. There are many small initiations all through life when you think of baptisms or birthdays or marriages. Those are all, in a sense, cultural initiations recognizing change. Change never really ends until you at some point release total individuation and move out of any incarnated expression. There's always new thresholds, new doorways, new moving into more awareness, more capacity to hold love, more capacity to be of service, and more capacity simply to radiate the beauty of the Creator, which is who you are. You are the face of the Creator. Each one of you here reflects an aspect of the Creator. And how beautiful it is for us of spirit to come into human bodies and see you this way. We see your energy bodies always, but it's beautiful to see your physical form. Well, Colette's cat is insisting on coming under the heating blanket. So let me get it here so it will not be stepping on the keyboard. The kitty loves our energies and the heating blanket. So as I was saying, there's no end to initiation. The crucifixion and the death that it resembles and the resurrection are integral. They do not exist without each other. You may think of them as the integration of matter and spirit. In one way, that's artificial. There's never separation in any way. And when matter and spirit go through crucifixion, death, and resurrection, it's another level of integrating all aspects of yourself, not only your individuated human self, but your spiritual aspects. On the earth plane right now, there are many opportunities for global initiation. So, global crucifixion, death, and resurrection, which really just means change. And each of you in your own life are facing different aspects of this. So, think for a moment in your life right now. Can you identify some point in your life, I mean, now currently happening, some area of your life, I will say, where you are in the crucifixion, resurrection, initiation process? So think of that for a moment. Some of it may be very painful. There may be loss of partners that changes the whole life. There may be loss of jobs. There may be health issues. Whatever it may be, for each of you, it is unique. And there's never just one, but think of the most important one that you are facing right now. And be open to whatever emotions are there. If there's fear there, honor it. If there's anxiety there, honor it. If there's anger there, honor it. To try to push those things aside and to say, oh, well, this isn't spiritual, I should not feel this way. And that is separating yourself from your humanity. As you have heard Yeshua say many times, you can move with emotion without projecting it and weaponizing it, which means to cause harm inadvertently or otherwise. So think, hold in your heart this, your own personal crucifixion, resurrection, initiation that you are facing right now. Hold all the emotions there and ask yourself as you move through this, how do you envision that you will integrate this initiation and move forward in your life in a different way than you are now? I don't mean different like totally different, but perhaps a more expansive way, a more integrated way, a way of moving through with more insight or wisdom or patience, whatever it is required. And with every initiation, when you walk through this new door, there are new possibilities. What do you invite into your life as you resurrect, as you walk through this threshold of initiation and you move into this new stage of your life? You have heard us speak so often of co-creation. Initiate, I will say, crucifixion and resurrection are laying the soil to grow new things. What will you grow new in your life? I offer this as something for you to just consider as you move through this Easter season of resurrection. And I will stay in the body, but I will pass this back to Yeshua or whoever wishes to speak. I am Mary Magdalene, and we love you dearly, my friends.
I am Aaron. As a human in those days, Nathaniel, I watched that crucifixion, my heart breaking. And he had said to us, I'm not going anywhere. I am safe and you are safe. But strung there on the cross, he did not seem safe. And I could feel how much fear I had for him and all of us. Fear will arise. Right now, your whole earth, so many beings, nationalities, religions, different groups are hanging on a cross, seemingly being brutalized by others. The earth and its climate being brutalized. If you will, begin to see this process as the opening of a door. Something must die before something can awaken, something new can emerge. The light and love that are in there, the separation of them from anything else must fade away before the core energy can emerge. Your earth is strong. Your earth is filled with billions of different kinds of beings who contain light. You personally are not responsible so much as co-creating, as Mary just spoke, co-creating the new earth that will emerge. What is this earth going to resurrect itself into? I would hope and pray a place of harmony where all beings of every sort can live peacefully together and with love, can know the power of the infinite creator, of source, pouring through them, not separate from any being, but existing in love. It's hard to have faith in that. This is where your free will choice comes in. If you notice fear separating, wanting to control, wanting to fix, I see my fear. It doesn't mean you can just lay back and say, okay, I trust. There's another step involved to say, I choose the light consciously, and to bring forth the power of that light and love, to ground it into the earth for the highest good of all beings. There's a powerful energy in that intention. So co-creation involves intention. Intention to raise the earth plane up to what can possibly be, to a place of love and light and harmony. Each of you is a huge part of this shift, and you would not be here if you were not ready to do it. I'll pass this conversation back to whoever wishes to speak through Colette. I am Aaron. My love to you all.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeshua will speak. My friends, I'm Yeshua. Thank you, Aaron. As Aaron spoke to you about this whole concept of co-creation, this crucifixion, resurrection of Gaia and all upon her, this global shift here is inviting you to become co-creators in what is possible. Many of you have been at our workshop series this year on co-creation, and we had gone through at our last workshop a deep meditation on how to move through these stages of co-creation. And for those of you who are there, you probably remember, but for those of you who are new, we spoke of the process of co-creation is first to have intention. Let us say your intention is peace on earth, or that all beings have food. Whatever your intention is, then imagination, imagine it. Spend time in a meditative state, visualizing, feeling what would the world be like with this vision that you hold. And then move into what I call the energetic embodiment. As you're sitting with this vision, feel the emotions, literally feel them. Even if it brings tears to your eyes, whatever it is, sit with it until you can feel this emotion resonate in your body. And then as you feel that, actually you are what I'm calling embodying it. You are embodying this vision. You are sitting with it as if it is real right now, because it already is. And then you entwine all of it with energy and you project it into the co-creative field. Now, there's no one specific way to do this. You may find your own ways. And as we have spoken through it in the workshop, people say, well, Yeshua, I can never remember what that is. So I call it the 2 I's, imagination and intention, and the 3 E's, emotion, embodiment, and energy. But however you do it, what you are wanting to do is move outside of your daily way of being in the world. I will give you an example. I will use Colette. She will not mind. Well, she gets very involved in the news with her favorite podcasters and such. And after a while, she gets angry or anxious. And And so one day I just said, Colette, she was watching this podcast, I said, that's great. You're staying informed, but you're also miserable. What if you just took 15 minutes of podcasts and then did 15 minutes of going into this co-creative mode? You can have both. But the idea is not to get trapped or stuck or locked into the reactivity of what is occurring. Now, I am not saying it is not real and it is not horrific in many ways, because it truly is. You are seeing a crisis point or a flash point where Earth will make choice and all upon her to move into fourth density, negative or positive. So everything is coming together. And within it, each being has their role to play. Each being has their own learning. Each being has their own reasons that they came at this time. But recognize what is the reality as you see it, as you know it, that is occurring. Honor how that impacts you. Perhaps you have lost a job or health care, or others that do. But then take time to move out of that and go into this co-creative place. So you acknowledge the reality, honor what it is for you and others and the fear, and then you also spend time envisioning and co-creating what is possible in a new world. They are both needed. So I am Yeshua. I will stay in the body, but I will transfer this back to whoever wishes to speak next.
I am Anna, and I rejoice in this movement of so many friends, you human friends and our spirit friends. Long before I walked into the body as Anna, I had lived on Earth in several incarnations. I had experienced the despair that so many felt on this earth plate. Even back then, not so different than that. There was hatred, greed, fear, suffering. And I saw that I, not Anna at that point, but the human that I was, that the only thing that I could do to influence the world around me was to live with kindness. This is something you so easily forget, that you have this powerful tool within, this powerful energy, kindness. And you have free will choice in each moment to react to something out of anger and fear, or to remember the importance of kindness. When you touch on kindness, you touch on the light that Yeshua was speaking of in his introduction, that you are that light. You are divinity itself here on earth, able to project and live that loving kindness, or not. A true hell realm is a realm when people forget what their essence is and simply move from the everyday mind and body, reacting, striking out, harm all around. And a true heaven realm is a realm where people remember their source, remember what they are, and consciously practice responding from that source, from that inner light. As I watched my beloved grandson go through the crucifixion, I was in so much pain. I knew what his process would be. I knew all I could do to help him was to hold a space of love for him, much as he just held your hands and asked you to trust the presence of love down there at the bottom of the sea. Holding light and love to each other and trusting the power of the divine to move through each being and to enact that love, that light, to rise up from the place of despair, of suffering, of darkness, into the true light that you are. As more and more of you remember your essence and how to choose and live that light, the whole world will rise up in energy. And the increased ability to say no to the forces of destruction, hatred, and fear. This is where your political world is so much today. So many beings caught up in self-service, grasping, greed, hatred, fear, responding. I'm not blaming them, responding the only way they know how, because they have not been taught how to move beyond that. And each of you, as you hold them with love and still say a compassionate no to them, help them to learn how to live with light and with love. And your Mother Gaia, no different. When destructive forces happen on the earth, happen to the earth, she also responds with fear. If there's enough pressure, a volcano will erupt. If the water movement is changed enough, flooding will arise. She is not doing it in order to do harm. She is simply reactive. If you have a bowl full of water and you slush your hand across the top, water will pour over the side. It's not doing it to destroy the table underneath. It's simply reactive. But you are also of the elements of earth. And as you attend to the fire energy in yourself, balance the water and earth energies in yourself, the air energy. Take care of these in yourself with a love, with the intention that it be for the highest good of all beings. When you are not caught up in anger, for example, it will help diminish the forest fires. When the water element within you is balanced, it will help balance the floods, the seas of the earth. You are part of the earth. Your physical body is part. You have the ability to bring it balance and love and light. Going back 2,000 years, I wanted to run up there and pull him off the cross. Of course I did. And I knew that would only result in them grabbing me and killing me, and that would be so painful to him that I could not support him by trying to intervene in his process. I had to recognize my fear, my grief, which was not mine, but the fear and grief of all beings, all sentient beings, and hold him with love and envision him, the essence of him rising up beyond this process of being pinned to a cross. I had to trust him. In the same way, I trust all of you. You are all my children. You're all hanging on a cross. How can I help? By trusting the essence that you are and loving. I knew that you can do this. That's why you are here. I am Anna. I'll pass this to whoever would like to speak.
I am Yeshua, still in the body. Thank you, my dear one, for all that you have shared. So our time is coming to a close, and I would like to leave you with two thoughts. Somehow my Zoom screen disappeared. Interesting that the Zoom screen disappeared on Colette's computer. I don't know if it disappeared on yours as well.
I am Anna, still in the body. Let us all breathe and imagine the Zoom screen coming back.
And here it is. I can see all of you, your lovely energy fields and your lovely hearts open. So I will leave you with two thoughts. One is, there is no other. Trump may seem other, Putin other, any of the other leaders or other beings causing great harm, but they are not other. They are you. Yet that does not mean that you cannot have wisdom and discernment and see what these beings are bringing into the world and say no. Yes, say no. Do what you need to do in any ways that are available for you to say no. We don't want this to happen. We don't want moving the world into more darkness, more separation, more the haves and the have-nots, more into power, control, and manipulation. But as you do that, even though you may feel great anger or fear about what's happening, even say toward your leaders, honor that, but then don't project it. Then come back to your center, hold it all with love, and say, and how may I respond? So yes, you can be active, you can say no, you can speak out against things, you can protest, do whatever you need to do, but keep your heart open, because when you go into anger, you go into separation. So yet you can say no with an open heart. And the last thing I will leave you with, which may seem somewhat contradictory, when there is great pain and great fear and great suffering around the earth, which there always has been in different places, but there's never been the technology to have awareness of it. If things in your life are going well, or that you're doing things you enjoy, sometimes for some of you, a little twinge of guilt may come through. How can I be enjoying this? How can I be enjoying what's good in my life, or enjoying being creative, or enjoying making love, when I know that millions of people are being bombed, or dying, or are locked in prison, or starving? And yet, when you cut off your essence, when you cut off all those creative energies, when you cut off pleasure and joy and delight and hope, then you block your light. You hunker it down. You put on the blinders or the shades of the shroud, and naturally so. There are still legacies from spirit traditions that pleasure and beauty and joy and dancing and sex and all these things are sins. Well, throw that away. That's just advice from Yeshua. But open your heart. What brings you joy? It's, as I was speaking about the co-creative process, when you embody that joy, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be baking brownies. It could be organizing your pantry. It could be writing. It could be singing. It could be eating popcorn. It doesn't matter. I make no judgments. But when you open your heart with joy, you open your energy field, and it just radiates, and you have no awareness what difference that makes. If everyone on the planet who was in a place where they could just open their heart, the transformation would be very fast. So you are powerful. You are creators. You matter. Honor yourself, honor your experience, and tune into your love and your creativity and your joy. And dance if you wish, however you want to dance. So I am Yeshua. I am going to stay in the body, but I will pass this back to whoever wants to speak next to wrap up our time together today. My love to you, my dear ones. Do not forget who you are. I am Yeshua.
And I am Yeshua. So I find this fascinating because I don't think we've done this before. My energy divided between these two beautiful beings, speaking through both at the same time. Yeshua, in a sense, talking to himself, talking to all of you. I invited you to take my hands at the beginning and to walk with me into the sea and descend into the darkness. I just said through Colette, I spoke about I don't know what you call it, the technology that allows you to see bombs dropping on people, that allows you to see forest fires sweeping over places that you know are inhabited and flood waters washing through. It's a horror that the human mind cannot fully comprehend. You are the person with a bomb dropping on top of you. You are the one caught in the flood or the fire. Each of us is that. There is only one choice open to move deeper into fear or to respond with love. This is all I really did during the crucifixion. There I was, not with bombs dropping or forest fires, but strung on a cross in great physical pain. And the only choice left to me was, will there be hatred and contraction, or will there be love? Can I remember who I am? I knew that I had to remember that I am expression of Source. If I was to move through the resurrection, but I could not do that remembering only to get myself out of a hard place. It had to be true, honest. No matter what pressure is put upon you, to remember, I am expression of the divine. I am that expression on the earth, and I can choose love, no matter how hard it is. Love doesn't always, to be loved doesn't always mean to say yes if somebody is trying to nail you to a cross. You couldn't say no and walk away. You can say no in whatever way is appropriate. If somebody is trying to nail others to a cross, you can say no. But you cannot say no with hatred, only with compassion. Gandhi used the beautiful word satyagraha, which is translated soul force, the power of your essence, come through the divine into you and pouring out into the world. That force of love that knows how to say no without creating a self or other, a better than or worse than. This is your work now. To remember when there is oppression, murder, greed, destroying others, that if you so choose, you have the power to say no, only in ways that are loving and clear. Sometimes that can get you killed. I know that. I'm not saying you must do this. I'm not saying you're bad if you can't do it. But as each of you becomes increasingly ready to say no and to step up and say, this earth shall be a planet of light, and all who live on earth shall flourish in the love of the infinite creator of source. All who live on earth, expression of that source, cherished expression. As you become increasingly ready to say that, that loyal opposition is going to say, I see we're not really getting anywhere. It's time to leave. I cannot say it will be next week or month or year, but we are heading toward an earth of positive polarity. And you are helping to co-create it. And as said earlier, as Anna spoke, moving through that envisioning, choosing what you want, expressing it, holding the memory of love in your heart and in your fullness of your being. This is the resurrection from darkness into light. This is where we are all going, into light and into love. I will see you there. As we walk through there together, we will dance and sing, feed each other delicious food, thank the earth, hug each other. And it doesn't mean there will be no differences. You may see it this way, I will see it that way. But we will have the ability through our one heart to hear each other. To work things out without hatred. And this is what positive polarized higher density earth will be like. I look forward to it and to dancing with you there and feasting with you there and playing games with you there and swimming in the sea. We shall rejoice together as we all awaken into the truth of our being. Ground that into the earth and become a beacon of light for the universe. May all beings everywhere be happy and have peace. I love you and wish you a happy Easter, whatever that means to you. Barbara just had the joy with her son, one of her sons who is here for a year-long journalism fellowship. And there are 18 journalists, ranging in age from about 30 to 50, all of them experienced from all over the world. Many of them have suffered during the work, been threatened, even been imprisoned. They're here learning how to make their journalism be a source of clarity on the earth that can help bring peaceful, loving transformation. This past week, there was a Passover Seder. Very few of them, they're from all over the world, different religions. Very few of them had ever been to a Seder before. We talked a bit. Not to me, I was not incorporated, but I was certainly there. But Barbara, they talked a bit about what freedom means. There's that beautiful old song, Go Down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. This is it. Let my people go. Let all who are suffering on the earth, held by the bondage of fear, ignorance, and negativity, let them go. It was wonderful to see this group of people from so many different countries and religions all singing together and celebrating that Seder together. I found this a beautiful image of a potential future. I love you. I am Yeshua. I'll pass this to Colette in case there's any last words. My blessings and joy to you. I am indeed arisen. I am here. I am alive. I am with you all. I am with you always.
And I am Yeshua, still in the body. We have not done this often, but we enjoy it because you yourself are one expression of your oversoul, your highest self, however you wish to think of that. I, as Yeshua, am one expression of mine. And when I incorporate into others, we enjoy the interplay of the bodies are different, the energies are different, the voices are different, the mannerisms are different. So we dance uniquely with each. And it is such a joy. And so I will release the body, but before I go, I just want to say, remember who you are, my friends. You are the one infinite creator. You are the risen Christ. You are the light of the world. My love to you. I am Yeshua. Thank you, Yeshua.
This is Barbara. Thank you all for being with us today. And I hope you will enjoy whatever Easter festivities are to come. I have grandchildren coming over to find Easter eggs in the backyard. I love you all.